Yeah, we're going to be challenged there. Big physical football team up front. They really want to run the football and be balanced. They found themselves behind pretty early the last couple of weeks, and they've had to kind of get out of that game plan. I don't think, there are a lot of coaches in the country, outside of maybe Texas Tech, that feel comfortable going into a game knowing you're going to throw it 60 times, and that's what they did last week. They had to throw it 60 times to be competitive and kind of get back in that game. But certainly they showed some high capability of being able to do that. They had 3 receivers with 10 catches or more, and the quarterback was, very efficient. And, this is a team we struggled with last year. Lose by 10, turned it over 3 or 4 times. We gave up a 100-yard kickoff return, a long run, maybe 60, 70 yards from scrimmage or so, and then a pick 6. Those 3 plays were obviously game changers in that game. But got a new coaching staff. There's a renewed sense of energy. Just kind of like hopefully what we're seeing here at Stephen F. Austin. The kids are playing extremely hard. They're getting more athletes on the field. This past week they played some dime package against Sacramento State. You could see the improvement of speed that they've recruited. They've 8 or 9 different FBS transfers they've brought in from BYU, Utah State, and all those guys are impacting. So it's a huge challenge on both sides of the football. And certainly we're going to have to be a lot sounder in the kicking game than what we've demonstrated up to this point this year. And we have improved. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think the Texas A&M Commerce, after a kickoff, their farthest field position was the 30-yard line, which, most is okay. But last year we gave up a 100-yard kickoff return to this young man, and he's very skilled. So all 3 phases are going to be challenged this week. We need to have a great week of preparation. Pretty well. I mean, we had an interception back there. We did miss a couple of tackles, didn't align correctly a few times. But they are playing hard. They are coachable. And we're playing a lot of kids back there. As long as they're willing to learn and give the effort, which up to this point they have been, we're going to continue to improve back there. We're not real deep back there, but the guys that are competing are, staying on top and not giving up the big play, and that's been a problem in the past.
Are their receivers fast guys? Are these possession guys? Are they long and lean guys?
Well, they have a combination of all. They've got a little size, they've got some speed, they've got possession guys. The thing that you see is they play so deadgum hard. I mean, they just play hard. They block hard. They run routes hard. They're physical.
Is that the strength of their team, the receivers?
Well, I think it could be, yeah. Obviously, again, I don't think going into the Sacramento State game or the North Dakota State game, the last 2 games they've played, that they wanted to throw it 40, 50, 60 times. Yeah. But they've had to do that, and they've done it with some success. And so that tells you they've got a good plan and some good players. And I think they're very, very comfortable with the quarterback. He's an older kid, and even though he's new to Weber State, I think they're comfortable with him, and he's a little playmaker for him. And, of course, we got to see the Smith kid last year, the running back, and there's just nothing fancy about him, fast and physical. And so it's going to be an enormous challenge behind a big offensive line for our defense this week. Well, they've played a very difficult schedule. They opened up at Arizona State, Kansas State. Those are apples to apples. But then they played North Dakota State at home, 3-time national champion, and then Sacramento State, a non-conference Big Sky opponent. So their strength of schedule a little tougher than what we've played. They do have to come here. I think this is the 3rd flight that they've had this season out of 4 games. So, we're excited to be playing at home again this week in front of our fans and, our culture here. And we need to have a great week of preparation.